Hey guys, it's me again. So like I said in my last video, I am going to describe a little bit more detail what being gender fluid means to me, what it feels like for me. Um, Again, it's something I'm still wrapping my head around. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I feel about it, let alone how to describe it to somebody, so bear with me. Um, so I am female bodied. Um, but a lot of the times I don't feel like a girl. Um, I am gender fluid, meaning that my gender identity changes. It could be anywhere from I feel like a girl, I feel like a boy, I feel like a mixture of the two, I feel like neither, or anywhere in between. Something that I didn't realize until doing research after I realized what gender fluid was and that that's how I identify now is that gender is not binary, meaning that it's not boy girl. Gender is on a spectrum, so it's boy girl and all the space in between. So there are some days when I wake up and I feel like a guy. I can feel 100% like a guy. Everything head to toe, I feel like I'm a guy, and because my body does not line up with what my head is telling me my body should look like, that causes me body dysphoria, which I will talk about in another video. Um, there are some days when I'm like, I feel girly and I want I want to wear a bra that shows off my chest and wear a shirt that shows off my chest and I wear earrings and look all pretty and yet when I'm a guy I want to hide my chest and of course nothing girly or frilly, and I don't like frilly stuff anyways. I've always been more of a masculine person. um, Ever since I was a kid everybody's been calling me a tomboy. um, so there are days when I feel like a girl, days when I feel like a boy. There are some days when I'm like, I don't feel like anything at all. And it's really hard to describe that feeling. It's just, those are the hardest days, I think. The days when I feel like a mixture of boy and girl, and the days when I feel like nothing, when I feel neutral. Those are the hardest days because I hate gray areas. And so feeling like I'm in a gray area is terrible. And then I also, something as simple as what do I wear that day? Anything very masculine feels wrong, anything very girly feels wrong. And where do I find the middle ground? And a lot of times that middle ground is hard. I mean, it's like, even what underwear am I going to wear today? Am I going to wear women's briefs? Am I going to wear boxer briefs? Um, I mean, heck, the color of it even. I mean, I don't like pink. I never liked pink. But I do have a few pairs of underwear that's pink just because, they came in a multi-pack and that's what I got. Um, so I can't even wear pink on some of those days because it's girly. Even if the underwear itself doesn't scream girl, I see the color, even if it's a pale one. And I'm like, no, girl, ugh. And like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Um, yeah. So I've been trying since the last month or two that I realized that I was gender fluid. I've been trying to be more aware of how I'm feeling and try and notice that there's patterns to things, and um, that I have noticed when I first realized this. um, gender identity, I was a male. I was a guy. 100% I was a guy. And I felt it to my core. I was a guy. And then that lasted for at least a week. Then I faded, and it's been for the most part not a casual, a gradual thing, a fade, kind of a fade into. So I was a guy, and then I faded into being neutral, and then that lasted for like a week, and then I was a girl. That one was really abrupt. I woke up one day and like that, I felt like a girl, but not completely. See, when you're gender fluid, it can be different degrees, different areas on that spectrum. So I felt like a girl, but not completely. So I wanted to dress girly and to be girly, but not very girly. So I wore a shirt that showed off my chest a lot and was purple and very girly. And I looked at myself and I was like, oh my gosh, no, I cannot do this. And I had to take it off. So then I wore a bra and a shirt that made my chest less noticeable and was much less girly. It was more just like a simple V-neck t-shirt. And that I felt much more comfortable in because it wasn't, you know, in your face girly. And then that only lasted about 2-3 days. And then I was a mixture. And that lasted for a few more days. And then I was back to being a guy. But it can change. Looking back, I've been trying to look back further and further and try and remember different things and how I felt about certain things to try and, put the pieces together. And I've always identified more as male. I've always been very masculine. So that's always been, who I am, and it's okay. I've realized that it's okay to be gender fluid and to be mostly masculine, mostly a male. And it's okay to be gender fluid and be mostly a girl. It's okay to be gender fluid and to be mostly neutral. It's okay. Whatever you identify as, it's okay. And just because somebody else who identifies as gender fluid or whatever it is your gender identity is, if they identify as that, but their definition of it doesn't match yours, that's okay. Like I said in my last video, I realized that a lot of people who are gender fluid have their own personal definitions to it, and they're different because it's about you, what it means to you personally. And everybody is different, so why wouldn't everybody's definition of themselves be different? That doesn't all have to line up. Anyway, so that is a little bit better idea of what being gender fluid means to me and what it feels like for me. I hope that made sense to you guys. Like I said, it's really hard to describe. But leave me your comments and questions, and I'll make another video later describing what my body dysphoria is that I mentioned in this video. So, talk to you later. Bye, guys.